On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about The Serendipity by Emma St. Clair, which is the first book in the Only Magic in the Building series. The back cover synopsis says, "He's a no-nonsense businessman. She's a free-spirited baker, but the magical building they live in seems to think that they are a perfect match." When billionaire Archer Gaines needs to escape his father's corrupt shadow and a related scandal, he purchases the Serendipity, a historic apartment far from New York City. He believes in bottom lines and big business deals, definitely not in the local folklore surrounding the town, so he's eager to move forward with his plans to flip the building into luxury lofts. But the Serendipity doesn't particularly care what Archer believes, and the building has plans of its own. Willa never believed in the rumors about her magical building, but that was before she walked into her closet looking for a sweater and found herself in another apartment, in the penthouse closet of the grumpy and unfortunately attractive new building owner. This is less of a meet cute than a meet ugly, and things only go downhill from there. When Archer announces sweeping changes that include a rent increase, he becomes public enemy number one of the residents, and by charging Willa for the use of the commercial kitchen, he puts her fledgling baking business at risk. With his progress being magically blocked at every turn, Archer grows desperate for help. But the bewitching woman he finds hiding in his closet seems to present both the answer and a larger issue, because Archer never planned to fall in love or stay in Serendipity Springs forever. This is a dual point of view. I'm going to say magic realism rom-com, because I think technically it would fall under paranormal, but there's not like vampires. The building is just magic. So magic realism rom-com is the genre I'm saying. It has the forced proximity and opposites attract tropes. The intimacy is high. There's like hand on thigh. The shirt comes untucked during makeouts. There is shirtless exercising, but there's no language or violence. The potential triggers are severe anxiety, like anxiety attacks and agoraphobia. There's financial stress and his toxic father, the going to jail legal stress. The con was that I feel like there was a couple loose ends, basically. Like, it would story magic fade out instead of explaining how they got out of certain situations, like paying for the birthday cookies, the bathroom makeout, like those kind of things didn't get wrapped up. And if we're on loose ends, like, what about Bellamy's story? I would love to hear that. Maybe like an extended bonus chapter or something. Anyways, on the pros, I loved that the anxiety rep wasn't fluffy. Like, she hated going to therapy. She was frustrated about being anxious and making it worse, and that it wasn't easy. The quote from the book says, "Anxiety doesn't always follow rules or drive in a straight line." And I liked that. I thought that was really very insightful. And speaking of insightful, there was other ones where, quotes, "I think I told myself in those moments I was being easygoing and low conflict when I was stifling things I wanted and letting Trey's opinions eclipse mine until I had none of my own." Or she would say, "Don't downplay your accomplishments, honor them, repeat them, and build on them." I nod, understanding and accepting that she says on an intellectual, logical level, but on an emotional level, I'm frustrated with myself that what counts as something to celebrate is so very small. I really liked how she worked this in, where it just felt real. Life is hard, but it balanced really well with kind of the humor, where, you know, talking to probably inanimate objects, mostly because I do that. However, nothing has ever transported me, so thankful for that. It was just a very cute couple. My favorite part was when her cheeks burned a sudden bright pink, and I hadn't read anything into her words, but now I am. They were just really cute. It was a cute book. Honestly, it took about 5 or 6 chapters before I was invested in it, but after that the book flew for me. I'm kind of excited to see the rest of this series and how they're all going to tie in together. So I'd love it if you would jump over to my social media accounts, enjoylifewithme.angela. I'll make sure there's a clickable link tree in the show notes so you can find me. Share your thoughts with me. If you've read it, if you haven't and you're wanting to, I'd love to talk to you. Tell me what you think the best part is, and as always, I will talk to you soon. Happy reading.